A few years ago, uh, Pattabhiraman, or Pattu as he's fondly called, of Freefin Cal, and I wrote a book which is here, You Can Be Rich Too, which is basically a book on goal-based investing. And like Sanjay Bhattacharya says, all investing is value investing. I also feel that all investing has to be goal-based investing. When you do goal-based investing, many questions do not crop up. For example, if you have multiple goals. You're a typical 32-year-old, you have multiple goals, you have 2 children going to school, you have a wife who is also earning money, you have a home loan, you have a car loan, you went for a foreign vacation, a little bit of that personal loan, very small amount is still left that has to be repaid. And in this midst, you have an uncle who dies, and he has given a lot of money to all the children, so you get your share of 5 lakhs. So if you were not a goal-based investor, your first reaction would be, hello Subra, I've got 5 lakhs, what should I do with it? Because you do not have a goal, you have to look for something. So you say, can I put into this infrastructure fund? Can I put into that large cap fund? Because you're then looking to buy some product which will take you somewhere, but you yourself do not know where you want to go. So largely, if you see goal-based investing, like this book, goal-based investing, it is just a theory which attempts to match all your investments with the goals that you have. So suddenly you have an uncle who has died and given you 5 lakhs. You have a short-term goal which is coming up in the next 2 years, and you are thinking of shifting money from equity funds. You have not yet shifted, you are just wondering when to start, and suddenly this money comes. You know exactly what is to be done, because that money which you have kept for the other goal, which is going to happen after 2 years, is already been achieved. You already have this cash, so this money can go straight into a liquid fund, saying, okay, I need this money after 2 years. Maybe it can go into ultra short bond fund, maybe 2-3 funds, and that's it. It remains there, and after 2 years, whenever you need the money, you withdraw from there, and the original amount of money which you had kept in an equity fund continues to remain there, because you don't require money for that goal. You're not going to withdraw, and you already have this money over a 2-year period. It will accrue some interest, and that's more than sufficient for you to meet the goal. Similarly, when every question comes up, you've got a lump sum with, should I repay the loan or should I use it for my goal? Well, if your goals are all far away, then it's fairly obvious that some portion should be used to repay the loan, and the bigger portion, maybe 2/3 of that, should be used for investing, on the assumption that your investments will always do better than your loan return, especially over a long period of time. If you're sure that over the next 10-15 years you will get about, say, 10-11% CAGR, and your home loan is currently at 6.5 or 6.9, fairly obvious that should be the decision. But what helped you take that decision is having goals. If you have well written down goals saying, I want to do this, I want to repay my home loan by the time I'm 42, I want to make a trip abroad, I need money for this. If you are very clear about why you want, which is the essence of goal setting, because if I were a financial advisor to you, I would spend a very long time, inordinately long time, to sit with you and find and chalk out your goals. Because if you have some goals, let's say you have 5-6 goals and you have allocated money for the first 4, it just means you don't think 5th and 6th goals are important. It is as simple as that. Because if you have a goal, you have to put your mind, soul, energy into it. Money is form of energy, right? If you don't want to do that, if you're not committed, it means it's not a goal, it's just a dream. Hoga to theek hai, if it happens, it's great. If it doesn't happen, that's also okay. It doesn't really matter. Which means that is again rudderless. So you don't know what to do. So you go and put money in some small cap fund or mid cap fund. So a good big fund manager had told you that small cap is a very good idea, and if you can do an SIP for 20 years, definitely it's a very good idea, because over 10 years you will get good returns, and 20 years means that you have time for the cycle to repeat. Now, having said that and having that clarity, you start, but after 3 months the market crashes, the small cap crashes more than the regular ones, you don't understand what's happening, so you go and stop the SIP, because you started the SIP itself goalless. You say, now a fund is giving good return. Last year it has given 37%, so let me go and put money into that fund. That is how you put. You did not put it for a goal. Now, if you could have a child plan, you could have a pension plan. Now, if you have let's say you are a businessman, then two products which I completely recommend to you is a child plan and a pension plan. I may not recommend this for people who are not businessmen. For them, there could be other reasons to buy this product. But if you are a businessman, it is very important that you take money out for these causes, because otherwise everything keeps going back into the business, nothing really comes out. So unless you have the specific goal-based investing, and you have those goals, and then you allocate money, and then you realize some of the goals are not working, you just reconcile to the fact that these goals are not working, and then suddenly you get a windfall from somewhere, some uncle or some aunt or some old share of yours which you had written off suddenly has got value, right? So when you get such lump sums, you know how to handle. When you get an emergency, say your son comes and says, Dad, I've lost money in the cricket betting scandal, and I owe the market 8 lakhs or 9 lakhs. You don't have this kind of money to pay, right? So what do? Investment solutions can't come for everything like this. This is more a saving solution. This money has to come from your emergency fund or from past savings which you've kept it in the bank FD, which is easy to break, or things like that. It should not come from equity. But if it is a time when the equity markets are booming, or that is what you think the markets are booming, markets will only markets cannot go up from here, then you decide accordingly and decide what to do. But having goals, having them written down, discussing with your financial planner, it's a very good first step towards becoming a good goal-based investor. Thank you.